Hi guys, here we have my Force Effects lightsaber collection by Master Replicas. I've had these for quite a few years now. I've decided to get them out and put them all on display. Some of you might know, some of you mightn't, that I have all the hilts that were released by Master Replicas until they finished with the license and it was picked up by Hasbro. Hasbro started re-releasing some of these hilts, as you can see here, but I found that they lacked a little bit more of the quality that these ones had. So I had no desire to get any more because they were just re-releasing ones I already had. But since then, they've released Count Dooku, Obi One Padawan version from the Phantom Menace. Was going to pick them up and never got around to it. They're releasing some more from, or have released some more from the Clone Wars sagas, but really after this series I've just lost interest in getting any more and beginning to the 1/6 scale model collecting. So at the time I was right into Master Replicas and I ended up getting all the ones that were offered, so I was quite happy about that, and here we have them. Alright, first let's go have a look at the box that they come in. As far as I can tell, there were 4 generations of different boxes. Firstly, it comes in this style. The Anakin from the Attack of the Clones was the first one ever released. I think this one came out in this box, a Vader and the Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, the green version, all came in these boxes. 2 of them though, I think it's the Luke and this one, the Anakin here, came out with sort of like the fluorescent tubes when they light up, not the LEDs like all the others have. So out of the 3 with this original box, 2 had the really old technology. So I've only got the original Attack of the Clones there. I've got the newer versions of the other 2 which I mentioned. Okay, after that box we went into these style here. We got the sword along the side and the characters and the big Star Wars logo down the bottom. So you got 5 of those. The Mace Windu, Darth Vader, the 2 Luke Skywalkers and the Anakin Skywalker all came in those boxes. If I go around to this side, we have the Obi One from Revenge of the Sith and the Darth Maul. They all came in this sort of style box with a picture of the character on the front. The Darth Maul came in a twin box as well. You could buy the double bladed in the one box, or you can go out and buy the single sword like I have, but just buy 2 of them. So I did it that way. That's why I have 2 the same there. And then the 4th generation, just before they finished up making them, was these boxes here. So you had the Yoda, the Vader. This is a re-release from an earlier one. They did just a different box, and they've got the I think it's the New Hope Vader, that one there. Right, so yeah, that was the 4 generations of boxes. The first one here, the Anakin, being the biggest. It's quite large. That's my favourite out of all of them. So. Alright, the sabers. Okay, the hilts we got here, the Anakin Attack of the Clones. This one's quite rare, being the first, and it had the old technology. So this one has more of the fluorescent sort of paper that lights up. Being the original, it's quite more prone to a few problems. You know, it makes some noises when it's, when you're not moving it, and sometimes it takes a while to turn off as well. So once you turn it off, it can take a while for that blade to fully lose its illumination, or whatever you call it. So yeah, this one comes with 6 batteries as well, and you have to unscrew it. so it takes a little bit of time to get it, you know, put the batteries in and take them out. So it's the first generation, the first one, so you can sort of forgive them for that. Not really. If you're really interested in getting one to have a bit of fun with, it's not the one to get. There's lots of others that are, you know, a lot more fun and a lot less problematic, you could say. But from a collector's point of view, I think this is the one to get. Next one's here. We have the Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace. Now I bought two separate ones. Now what you do, you can take these two bottom pieces off and put an adapter, and that makes the double blade lightsaber, which is awesome when you've got that together, and it's quite big, so you need to be outside to really swing that one around. I've still got all the stickers on all of these. You know, they're still sort of case fresh, so I'd like to keep them. So this is what these look like when they're on. Every saber's got its own unique sound, and you know, some have slightly different looks, like variations in colour, which is quite nice to see. They're not all the same, but the Sith swords all have pretty much a very common sound and look. But when you get to the Jedi sabers, they all have their own unique sort of echo in colour. It's quite nice. With the two going, it sounds really good. Next here we have the Obi One from the Revenge of the Sith. Quite sought after, this one, being an Obi One. Got the nice gold coppery colour here. When Hasbro picked this up, this wasn't as bright or shiny, so there's a few little quality differences or looks there. So what happened when you turn this one? It's got its own sort of, one of my favourite sounding sabers, this one. These all have the LED strips inside, but the first one doesn't. That's quite cool. Next we have the Mace Windu, which is one of my favourite hilts. Got the gold and silver over it, which is really, really nice. Very sleek, very easy to hold as well. But when you're keeping it in storage, you've got to make sure it's always wiped down. You know, sometimes the gold can tarnish and get little pips and stuff on. You've got to make sure you wipe it down thoroughly before you put it away. That's what this one sounds like. This is the more of the purple blade. Love the sound this one activates. Can't really see, it doesn't look too purple on the camera, but in person it is purple. I think they've mixed the blue and red LEDs together to get that. That's quite cool. Now this one here is the Anakin Skorca from Revenge of the Sith. Really like this one. Love the sound of it. Very bright too, this one. Cool. Next we have Darth Vader. That is the, I think, the A New Hope version. Sounds very Sith sounding blade. All sound the same, practically. So that's quite nice. Little details on here. Let's turn this one off. Yep, okay, so alright, next we have the Luke from A New Hope as well. This is one of the newer ones that they did. Very loud, this one. Definitely could tell that this is one of the newer models from the company. Very loud, very bright. I like the little window there, it's quite cool. And it's the shortest one out of the Anakin or Luke hilts. Next we've got Vader from The Empire Strikes Back. So just a couple of differences. You've got a couple of cords coming out of this one, and these black sort of grips go right to the center of the hilt. This one just turns on with a little slip there. It's quite cool. Next we have the it's the Luke Skywalker from Empire Strikes Back as well. Now this one you got to press here, slide that up. This one sounds quite tinny, and you got like all these windows here, which I think look awesome. And this one looks a bit more tarnished and old. Looks a bit more of an alloy look than a chrome look of these ones, which is quite nice. Then one of my all-time favourites is Luke from Return of the Jedi. Really like that one. Love all the details on this as well. Got a little clip there. On all the Luke models he usually has this clip on them. And last but not least we have the Yoda, which is the smallest, of course. And he's... the kids usually like this one. When I have little nephews and cousins come over, they love the Yoda. It's just the right size for them. But I try not to swing around too much because I don't have any damage caused to any of these collectibles. Yeah, so overall, quite like the collection I got. Really nice to look at. What I've done, I've customised the stand. The Star Wars stands they come with are really nice, but after me having this many, they're quite unpractical. You know, you usually have to warm them to look really nice, or have a massive table which will just take up too much room. So I've kept them in their boxes, and I've made this stand pretty much just out of wood, and I've put some felt with contact backing on it to cover it. And what I've done, I've got these sort of clips that you use on the fish tank heaters, and I've got them spare parts at a local aquarium and cut them off, and I've put a screw through onto a bit of rubber I got from a local sort of rubber shop, and mounted them on. So these just click in like a pool cue does to a at a pool rack. So yeah, so I had to do a bit of thinking there to get this done, but got them all spaced out perfectly. It come up a lot better than I thought it would. So that's how I've got them mounted. Saves a lot of space, and they all look good set up like this. Yeah, so I'll just turn the light off and I'll put them all on and show you lastly what they look like all on together and sounds. Sorry, one last thing. Also, when I put these, usually set these up, I've got these little cups as well I got from a rubber store. Usually sit them on there to keep them safe and just to hold them in place. But for the video today, I've had to take them out because they do muffle the sound a little bit. So I've got them for each single one. So it's an idea if you're thinking about doing something like this for your stands. They're just usually a little cup you can, like a coaster cup from a local hardware store or something. You should be able to pick them up. Alright, let's turn off the lights and we'll see what they look like. Okay, Anakin, Maul, Obi One, Mace Windu, Anakin, Vader, Luke, Vader again, Luke again, Luke again, and Yoda. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.